Let me tell you a story to try to illustrate how this works. In August of 2012, Teresa Cook lay dying in a hospital bed in Nashua, New Hampshire. By her side was her 21-year-old grandson, Brandon, trying to do whatever he could to make her last days as comfortable as possible. And one of the most devastating things about pancreatic cancer is that it wreaks havoc on your digestive system. It takes away your appetite and reduces your strength right when the time your body needs to fight the tumors. And so Brandon was trying to get his grandmother to eat something, but she was resisting. She said, "This hospital food is awful. I want no part of it." But he persisted, and she said, "Well, there is one thing. If you could get me my favorite food, a bowl of clam chowder and a bread bowl from the Panera bread shop, I would give that a try." He said, "No problem, Grandmother, I'm right on that." He gets on the phone, he calls up the Panera bread shop on Amherst Street in Nashua, says, "I'd love to pick up a takeout order of clam chowder and a bread bowl." And there was a pause in the line. And then the person said, "I'm sorry, there's a problem. During the summer, we only make clam chowder on Fridays. Can you give us a call or come back on Friday?" And Brandon said, "No, you don't understand. My grandmother's very ill. She may not be with us on Friday. You need to make an exception." And so the manager got on the line, Susan Fortier, and she said, "No problem. You come right over. We'll have it ready for you when you get here." And she did have it ready. In addition, she put together a box of cookies for Brandon. She said, "There's no charge. You just let us know how your grandmother's doing. If you need more clam chowder, we'll be here for you." And she did. Because on Friday, Teresa Cook had more clam chowder, and again on the following Tuesday. And it wasn't until Saturday, August 18th, that Teresa Cook quietly passed away with her family by her side. The clam chowder had sustained her for maybe another week. It was just a bowl of clam chowder. It was just another week. But for Brandon and his grandmother, it was literally a matter of life and death, one that they would never forget. And it turns out there are a lot of other people that will never forget either. Because on that first Tuesday, Brandon sent a little thank you note to the people at the Panera bread shop. And he sent that note on his Facebook page. And what do you imagine happened next? Within a few days, over 800,000 people around the world had liked that post. Nearly 35,000 had posted comments. And many of them were from Panera employees saying, "This is why I'm proud to work at Panera. We do things like this in our store whenever we can." Customers saying, "We don't have a Panera bread shop in our town, but when we do, we'll be going there. This is why I'm taking my family to Panera tonight." So what caused this tremendous outpouring of emotion? Was it the quality of the clam chowder, location of the store, the price, the speed of the service, the digital ad campaign, the loyalty program? No, it wasn't of any of those things. It was a genuine act of warmth and compassion for another person. We feel that, we don't even have to think about it, and it moves us. And we are wired by evolution to respond much more strongly to demonstrations of warmth and competence. Warmth is actually the dominant factor in our behavior, whether we realize it or not. We spend so much of our time focused on the competencies, the skills, the expertise, the features and benefits that set our brand apart. It's actually the warmth and intentions that we are hardwired to respond to because it was much more predictive of our survival as humans through evolution. So what we can take away from this story, and frankly all of our research, is that in fact people were the first brands. Faces were the first logos. And all the brand and trade and commerce we've engaged in over the last several thousand years is just an adaptation of the way that we are hardwired to interact with one another. And so we can say, in fact, every human is a brand, and every brand is human. The way our brand processes and form loyalty to them is exactly the same. And if you think about the stories that we heard yesterday, whether it was Dove's Real Beauty or Upper Deck's Heroic Inspirations, think about what they all had in common. They were demonstrations of warmth towards another person, making a difference for someone else. Whether it's toward us directly or towards another person, it causes us to have that emotion, and it causes us to believe that that's how we can expect those companies and brands to respond to us.